Hey, what's up guys? It's Rodney from C.A.R.S. and I want to introduce you to our brand new show, So What's Done to It. So this is going to be a new show. We're going to be showcasing local car enthusiast cars that come to our shop, and anybody that's local that wants us to work on their cool vehicle. This show is just to showcase off those rad rides, and we're going to start off our first episode with my baby, my 1993 Mazda RX7. It is LS swapped, and yeah, there's a lot of goodies on this that I'd love to get in and show you guys. All right, starting out with the most important mod, or the biggest mod on my car, the engine swap. So this has been swapped with a 5.7 liter American Chevrolet LS1. It's a 5.7 liter. It's got headers, it's intake that's custom for the swap. Not too many performance parts on here to make it more powerful than what it is. It's roughly around 375 with the modifications I have. So the intake, the exhaust, the spark plugs upgrade, the wiring and all that jazz. So that's one of the main factors of this swap, but of this car. But yeah, moving on, we'll talk about some of the exterior stuff on here. All right, so moving on to the exterior of the car. One of my favorite parts about the exterior is this paint color. My absolute favorite paint color that came on RX7s. It's Montego Bay Blue. I did have this car repainted about 2 years ago, and when I did, I had my painter put a little extra pearl in it, and it just makes this paint pop. It's actually a mixture of like blue, green, purple at times, but it's just absolutely beautiful. My favorite color that ever came out of Mazda's factory, and I think I just made it a little bit better while adding just a little bit more pearlescent to it. But anytime anybody sees this car, one of the biggest things they notice is these rims. These are my favorite JDM wheel. It's a VSKF, it's a work wheel. If you're into drifting or just hot boy wheels or anything of that sort, you know these are the jams. Their specs are, they're 18 by 11 in the front, 18 by 12 in the rear, and these got some pretty serious lips on them. I got a 5-inch lip in the front and a 6-inch in the rear, so they're pretty wide. They're pretty wide, and you see the stance of the car. I'm on BC coilovers. They've been amazing for the ride on this car since we've had them, and we're also a retailer for BC, so shout out to BC, local Florida, company located in Orlando. But anyway, yeah, so we got the BC coilovers on here, and I have sway bars, and for the most part, that's pretty stock on the suspension. It already comes very adjustable, so I was able to get all the camber settings and all that jazz. But yeah, this thing rides very, very well. You can see here, I don't have any wheel gap at all, but while this is turned, I don't rub at all. So I ended up pulling these fenders myself, and I will say I outdid myself. There's no bake-in or anything weird like that, so they actually came out perfect when I did it. So I got my custom lights here. They're full show lights, so I have lights that were built by Stop Motion Lighting. Cool guys, small company, but they do amazing. Built this for my FD about 2 years ago. So my front turn signals, they are built with a ghost controller, so it's all app-based, so I can control these different lighting patterns with my phone. They also work like regular lights too, so I do look like a normal car, not like this rainbow cool design here. But this is pretty cool when I'm at shows just to turn on. So the front turn signals do that, as well as the rear. All right, so at the rear of the car, one of my favorite angles of this thing is I really like this exhaust that we built here. So a good friend of ours, Chop, he came and we custom built a exhaust. It's a true dual, goes all the way back into 2 blast pipes, and as you can see right above that, we have my diffuser by Twins Z. So that's pretty cool. I don't see a lot of these on RX7s, and I really wanted to keep that OEM look, but just OEM plus. So that was one of my little accent pieces. You can see the show tails that I have back here. Like I was talking about earlier, they're fully built, sequential, they do all the stuff. And one of my favorite pieces, which took me a long time to get, this spoiler. This is a duckbill wing, and I love these duckbills, but they're really hard to get nowadays. I see a lot of them listed on like eBay and things, and no shade to eBay, it's just the one I was looking for was a very, very particular one, and it took me a long time. There's a company called Evo R, and I ordered this straight from them. So it took a while for it to get here, but man, it comes out perfect. All right, so this is the trunk area. So we decided to go with something a little bit more fancy than just, you know, the stock carpet. So we built a wood floor in here. So I've had a couple of cars that were on air. So I've had full trunk setups and things like that in the back. And obviously this car is static. It's just on coilovers. So we decided to just build something that was a little bit better than carpet. So we built this floor, and we also, with the swap, I had to relocate the battery. So I relocated this yellow top Optima battery to the back as well. So it's pretty functional. I still put stuff on here whenever I'm throwing stuff in the back, and you know, it's a wood floor, so it's not, you know, getting scratched up or nothing like that. So it's pretty cool. All right, so here's the interior of this RX7. So the 93's RX7s come in a couple different interior colors, but unfortunately this one came in tan, and that is my least favorite of all of them. So they had tan, red, and black. So everything in here was tan. So the seats, the carpet, the door cards, the roof, all that stuff I switched out. So I actually went with a custom seat cover that I installed myself, which was pretty hard. I do not like doing upholstery, and will probably never do it again. But no, it was cool. So we went with red stitching and black for the seat covers. I ended up swapping out the door cards, so I have black door cards. Of course, when we did the transmission swap along the engine swap, the T56 sits a little, you know, higher. The shifter is different, so I was able to get a couple different adapters to make the shifter fit pretty close to stock. So I really do like the way everything in here looks stock. You almost couldn't tell that this was a swapped car. One of the telltale giveaways that something's different in here is I have this N-Gauge. What this does is it tells me all of the parameters of things happening. So pretty much your speed, your water temp, your battery voltage, all the things that the ECU tells you to the display. So that's pretty much it for the inside. It's pretty clean. Even the back hatch, all this stuff was tan, and I swapped that out. Upgraded speakers, as well as my upgraded Pioneer head unit. So I wanted to keep this as close to stock feeling as possible, because I really love the way these interiors on these cars are just very simple and driver focused. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior. Just a really clean look, just very OEM plus is what this whole build was for. All right, so that does it for our first episode of So What's Done to It. I want to thank you guys for checking out my 93 Mazda RX-7, and we invite you guys, if anybody who's, you know, a car enthusiast, or you got something you want to bring into the shop to have us put on the channel, come by. We want to interview anybody and everybody who's got something cool and something to show, and so we just want to know what's done to it. So we want to let the people know thank you, and stay tuned. We got a lot more cool stuff, a lot more things for the channel, and yeah, we just appreciate all the love and support. So please share, like, subscribe, you know, the whole YouTube thing. That really does help us with the algorithm and all of that jazz. So stay tuned for the next episode. All right, till next time.